Hey everybody. Sorry I can't be there with you today, but you're going to do great without me. We've got a great sub for you. Everything's going to go well. I can tell. I can just feel it because you know, number one, that our substitute is going to be kind to you, and number two, you are going to be kind to our substitute. So make sure you do your part, and I'm sure our sub will do their part, and it'll be a great day. We've got a couple of things that I want you to work on today. I think you'll be interested in some of it, and some of it you might not enjoy as much, but none of it's terrible. So first of all, when you came in the door today, you were supposed to start on Latin and Greek word work for week 15. That is in Google Classroom, and it's just a document where you have to explain the meaning of 5 terms. Those 5 terms, you're going to recognize a part of each because we studied those terms yesterday for week 15 roots. And then you're going to come up with a very quick explanation for each of them that involves the meaning of the root that we studied and your own explanation of that word. Make sure you get that done before class starts on Monday, okay? So that's what you should have already started on. I'm going to go to the second slide, and you should have found 2 assignments in Google Classroom. The second one you haven't started yet because you're going to do that first. Or I'm sorry, you're going to do that after the video finishes up. The thing you're going to work on after the video finishes up is this story called The Amazing History of Shopping in America. It's available to you in Google Classroom. If we can just slide over there, here it is, Shopping in America. And you're just going to click on that and it'll take you here. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Whoa, that is not a good view for you guys. Okay, so it's going to have this article. I'm going to click here so I get the story. My view might look a little bit different from yours. And what you're going to do is you're going to learn about how shopping was a long time ago. And by that I mean like when I was teaching. So I guess like 10 years ago it was totally different. And how Amazon has kind of shaped things differently. So you're going to have a chance to read and learn about those 2 things in this article here. I'm going to let our sub decide if the sub wants to read the article with the class aloud and you follow along, if you read it alone and each of you individually read it, or if the sub is going to allow you to read it in partners. Trios are not partners, by the way. So that sub gets to decide if it's going to be read aloud together, which usually goes pretty well, if you're going to read it on your own, which can be kind of boring, or if you're going to read in pairs, assuming things are going well for you. A couple of hints: it can be tricky to log in to Scholastic Scope, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So keep in mind there are some paper copies available on my desk. It's that Scholastic Scope magazine with the scary looking vampire on the cover, and you're looking for that same article, you'll recognize The Amazing History of Shopping, that Google or that stack of Amazon boxes when you get to the right page in that article. Okay? As you're reading and after you read, you're going to complete 2 assignments that are on paper, and those papers will be handed out or have already been handed out by the sub, and they are double-sided and stapled together. It looks like a lot, but it's not. The first one is about finding and using text evidence, and the other is about text structures. And you're going to complete those 2 assignments before school on Monday. The using text evidence one is really simple. I think you'll do really well. It's just multiple choice questions and some quick responses you have to write below. And then there's a second page about exploring text structures. I'm going to go to that right here. So there it is. There's what exploring text structures will look like. You can see over here it explains a couple of different text structures, like how we build nonfiction text, and you're going to answer some questions about the text that you just read. You're welcome to work on those as you're reading or after you're reading. It's really up to you. You'll kind of figure out which works best for you. Okay, I'm going to go back to the slideshow. Once you've finished reading that article, you're going to work on those worksheets for you. There are 2. They're stapled together. They're double-sided. None of them are going to be super difficult. It's going to be a nice, easy grade on Monday when I come back. And once you finish all that work, a couple of other reminders. Your memoir, if you would like to rewrite it, is due in my inbox, stapled with a new rubric, and your old paper before school starts on Monday. Or we'll let you turn it in on Monday. There is the November Book Challenge, so you've got a great reason to read. And then there's the optional dialogue worksheet number 2 in No Reading. So if you look at PowerSchool and you don't like your grade for the dialogue worksheet number 1, you can try and improve it by completing dialogue worksheet number 2. That should be done before Monday. So in summary, read article, answer questions, work on something else, and make sure, we'll add that right now, Latin and Greek word work. Make sure you work on that for week 15. That's in Google Classroom. That's it. If you have any questions, you can send me an email. I'll do my best to answer. I'll check in with each of my hours using GoGuardian to make sure things are going well. So if your screen gets locked, you know you're just doomed for the rest of the day. And that's it. Have a great day. I look forward to seeing you all on Monday, and I hope you have a great weekend.